And while we did this study, we just did something as an aside because a lot of things were coming through with the patients around the driving. So what we looked at, just using Google Maps, we looked at the drive time and distance from the patient's home to the spoke site and what it would be from the patient's home to the hub site. And then what we can see is that we saved, over the 3 cohorts, 8,610 miles. So that averaged out at about 410 miles per patient per programme. And that equated to about 11.5 hours of journey of drive time saved. And that was actually presented at a Planetary Health Alliance meeting in Edinburgh, where they were quite impressed with that. So from our evaluation, we have concluded that Viper is feasible and safe, that it's popular with staff and with patients, that it appears at least as effective as standard PR in the short term, and it saves money and reduces the environmental impact. But for me, the real impact is around the benefit to patients. This is why I'm here. This is my, in my day job, this is why I'm here. And no better way to sort of tell you about the benefits than the patients themselves. So I've reduced a video down to 3 minutes, but if you want to look at the full version, they're on YouTube, and just search Bevan Commission Viper, and then it'll bring up the videos.
I had a horse that I used to ride, and I went so bad that I couldn't anymore. So about 4 years ago I sold the horse, and the difference from when I started, it's unbelievable. Now, I even rode my teenage horse. We went for 7 miles.
It's helped me understand my position a lot more and gave us tips on how to breathe easier and exercises to make us breathe better as well.
That was held at Tregarron Hall. It was only about 3 or 4 miles from my house, which was very convenient. Before I went to walk, I could breathe properly, and by the time I left I was able to do lots of things. I'm now painting the hallway in the house, and my wife looks very happy.
When I first started, I couldn't dress myself or wash, and I couldn't climb the stairs. But now, I still can't climb the stairs, but I can wash, and I'm not dependent on anybody else in the house. I could be left on my own.
Before I came here, I used to get out of breath, not being able to do it, and I used to get so frustrated. I used to get angry. But now, I can make the bed. I can't change it, but I can make it. I can dust. I can tidy up. You know, they're all small things, but they're things I couldn't do before. And it means a lot, like, you know.
Since I started going to Viper, my fitness has improved tremendously. The exercise program and the education was fantastic. It's totally changed my life.
Before, I never take my grandson for a little walk. I can take him now a little walk, and it's more rewarding. I know my limitations better now than what I did before. It's not only exercise, I think it's frame of mind.
So ever since I had Parkinson's diagnosed, I've turned into a bit of a misery. But I find being here amongst other people that I'm going to change my life.
Kindly gave us permission. He was so delighted that we were going to use his song for the Viper. He's been following us on Twitter. Yeah. So the technology has enabled us to deliver a service in a rural area where previously the service didn't exist. And we can also look at technology to build networks, even across geographical boundaries. And we can also expand the model further with different specialties. So the team had a lot of fun in coming up with the best acronyms. So they looked at, we could modify this or tweak this for cardiac rehabilitation, so VICA. And then we looked at cancer rehabilitation. And actually in one of our programs, we had some cancer patients for prehab, and that worked well. So we would call that VICA 2. stroke rehabilitation, visa, and then the boys' favourite, they came up with this one, Viagra, yeah, virtual geriatric rehabilitation. So what they're trying to see now, that this model can actually grow, just as long as we get the support to enable us to do that. So just the two acknowledgements then with Dr. Sean James, who helped us recruit patients. And I have to give a shout out to my unsung hero, who's the caretaker of Tregaron Hall, because he was the salt of the earth. Nothing was too much trouble for him. And when I was saying to him, I've got a big screen, it's about 65 inches long. Where, you know, have you got a cupboard? And he said, well, if we can't get it in the cupboard, carry on, no problem. I'll build you a cupboard. You know, nothing was too much trouble. So he's our star. There we are. And that's me done.